Hello guys, this is Marco. This is an update on my EDH Animar deck. I recently went to GP Orlando. I played about 10 games, 10 or 15, somewhere in between. I won all of them. One I had to split with someone, but the rest were winning. Yeah. Anyways, this is my general Animar. If you haven't seen my old video, Animar has protection from white and black, which is really relevant, especially with effects that shuffle him back in your library, like Oblation and stuff like that. Like, it's really good. And black removal. Whenever I cast a creature spell, he gets a +1/+1 counter. And creature spells you cast cost one less for each +1/+1 counter on Animar. So every time I play a creature, like, it becomes better. He becomes bigger, and the creatures cost less. This deck is really vulnerable to board sweepers or Chaos Warp, but I can always find my way out without having my general. It's mainly a combo deck. A lot of people don't like that, but I do, and I have fun playing it. And I mainly use it for competitive reasons. So, yeah. And all my other friends have combo decks, so... Anyways, let's go on with the lands. I run 4 islands. One mountain and 2 forests. For the fetches, I use one of every fetch printed except for Bloodstained Mire and Marsh Flats. Since Bloodstained Mire, it only gets me red, I only have 3 things that I can fetch with it. It's not worth it. Polluta Delta, Arid Mesa, Windswept Heat, Wooded Foothills, Misty Rainforest, Scalding Tarn, Floated Strand, Verdant Catacombs. They're not in any order or anything. Sorry for that. Then for the color fixing, I have Shocklands, like all 4 of them. All 3 of them. Stomping Ground, Steam Vents, and Breeding Pool. Then I have the old Dual Lands. We have Volcanic Island, Tropical Island, and Taiga. This one's a German white border one too. And it has no limits. Then more color fixing: Flooded Groove, Firelit Thicket, and Cascade Bluffs. More color fixing: Hinterland Harbor, Sulphur Falls, and Rootbound Crag. A lot of people don't like these, but they most of the time come into play untapped, since the amount of fetches, duels, and basic lands I play. So they're pretty good. They fix my colors. Then for the hideaway lands, I have Spinerock Knoll and Mossworth Bridge. These lands are fantastic. I put everything under them. I ended up casting it, and they're like, what's happening? I love them. I hate when they strip mine them or wasteland them. I really do hate that because I lose the card, but yeah, most of the time it's great. Dried Arbor is just another creature or land that I can play or pitch to Survival or Fauna Shaman, so it's a good card. I can fetch for it. More color fixing, Command Tower. Then utility lands, I have Strip Mine, and I do run Crucible of Worlds just because. Temple of the False God, Maze of Ith, and Wasteland. Let's start with the permanents. For the artifacts, I have Relic of Progenitus, Soul Ring, Sunset's Dividing Top, Lightning Greaves, Crucible of Worlds, and Cloudstone Curio. This is part of the combo. Like, I can play tons of creatures, make Animar like a huge creature, and like win the game. Uh, then the enchantments, I have a library of Sylvian library. It's not a library of Alexandria. Sorry for that. Sylvian library, survival of the fittest, defense of the heart, which is great, and Allurin. Allurin allows me to win on turn 3 or 4. Uh, if I have a hand with any bounce creature, such as Manowar or that guy from M12 that or M11 or M12 that comes into play, bounce a creature. I don't remember its name. It's in the deck. I'll tell you when I get to it. But yeah, I can play my general under end step and make him infinite, and then kill them. And it only works the first time. Then if it dies, the casting cost changes, so it's 5 casting cost. So I can't cast it through Alluring anymore. But it's a great card. Treachery, because taking control of their creature and untapping 5 lands is really good. For the instance, I run Mystical Tutor, Counterspell, and this needs to be a mana drain, but I don't have $100. And I got fired from my job, so yeah. Rewind, Cryptic Command, Desertion, and Force of Will. Those are the counter spells. They really do help, especially for Force of Will. I usually save these for things that really affect the board state, or when I'm about to win and I need to counterspell something. Worldly Tutor, tutoring, Cruising Grip, killing artifacts, especially Ostone and Neverill's Disc. Ancient Grudge, more artifact removal. And Comet Storm's part of the infinite mana combo I have with Palinchron. Then for the green sorcerer's recursion, I have Regrowth, Tooth and Nail. For blue sorceries, I have Bribery, Time Warp, and I do take infinite turns sometimes. Not all the time. I usually let them choose how they want to die before I kill them. And this is one of the options. Okay, those are all my non-creature spells. Now let's get to the creatures. The creature base is really specific. I guess I can add some stuff into it. I don't know yet. I've been just playing for fun, not really testing and seeing what works best, what doesn't. I like the way it is. And yep, so let's continue with the creatures. For blue, I have Phantasmal Image, because clone effects in this deck are great. Gilded Drake, Snapcaster Mage, Trinket Mage. This is the guy, Ether Adept. With Allurin and Animar, I can make him infinite. Manowar, same as Ether Adept. Deceiver Exarch for Kikijiki. Another copy effect for Xing Metamorph. Sometimes they have an artifact that I want, and like this, I can get it. Star of Temptation, taking their creatures. Mold Drifter, drawing cards. It's awesome when you can pay 1 blue to draw 2 cards. So good. Vesuvian Shapeshifter, a morph creature, and like I can untap it. I used to run Brine Elemental in the deck. With those two, I could Pickles Lock everybody, and not let them untap their permanents. I never really used it once, so I didn't see any point in the Brine Elemental. Teferi, he's just great. Consecrated Sphinx, drawing cards like a nut, it's awesome. Draining Welk, counterspell in a creature. Palinchron leads me to infinite Animar, infinite mana, and infinite Storm Count. The GP in Orlando, I was running a copy of Grape Shot for like one of the games. I got infinite Storm Count, and then I killed somebody with Grape Shot. It was awesome. I first go Comet Storm only to you, and the other guy's like, "Oh, thank you for not killing me this turn." And then I'm like, "Grape Shot," and they're like, "Oh." It was so fun. Tide Spout Tyrant. This guy lets me machine gun their board. I just bounce everything. He doesn't discriminate. I love him. And I recently got a foil. I'm waiting on that to get to like put in the deck. Gingy Tax is the big one. I'm thinking about taking it out. I really don't like when they bribery him out of my deck, and a lot of my friends run bribery. So yeah. For the green creatures, Birds of Paradise, which allows me to play Animar on turn 2, and like I don't really focus on doing that, but this guy's great. Later on, it's just a counter on Animar for like 1 green, and I really like that. I think this guy's Elvish Archdruid. I think so. But yeah, he lets me draw cards. I can bounce him back with Clouds and Curio and just go infinite and draw my whole deck out. Sakura Tribe Elder. It's more mana ramp. This deck only runs 35 lands, so the more mana ramps I get, the better. I run Sakura, Fauna Shaman, another tutor card, Farhaven Elf, more mana, Wood Elves, more mana. E-Witness is great for Graveyard Recursion. I can, with Allurin today, I returned every single card in my graveyard to my hand, and I time worked, and I time worked, and I time worked, and I time worked. It was a fun day today. Yavimaya Elder, just getting lands in my hand. Oracle of Muldaya, green staple. Genesis, sometimes they kill my stuff, I need to get it back. Indrik, Stomp Howler, I guess. I don't know how to call this guy, but yeah. This guy's great. Acidic Slime. Seedborn Muse. This guy allows me to draw my whole deck out. It's awesome. I love him. Primordial Sage. It's Glimpse of Nature on a stick. I should run Glimpse of Nature too, but I don't want to spend $15 on that card, especially if it's not really played in Legacy and this deck doesn't really need it. Kikijiki, great for comboing off. I used to run Intruder Alarm to allow me to combo with any creature, but I don't know. I find Allurin better, so I replace those. Charmbreaker Devils is the guy that lets me take infinite turns. Adrect, Spymaster. This guy's great. It lets me draw a bunch of cards. Usually, as soon as he hits the play, they kill him. Or I get to attack once, maybe. If I have a Lurin, I can do it in response to them taking the damage, which is sick. Mystic Snake, counterspell on a creature. Artifact creatures, Phyrexian Revoker. Solemn Simulacrum, staple. I used to not run one. I also used to get made fun of for not running one, so I got one. Duplicant, it's my probably like my only removal card for creatures. And Ulamog. I should run a Kozilek too. I like Ulamog a lot. Being able to cast them for free and destroy something, then bounce them, then do it again, and then again and again. It's pretty awesome. But yeah, guys, that's the deck. It's basically a combo deck. It's not an all-in combo deck. I have different like ways to win, and like sometimes I just win by attacking with my creatures. I have tons of fun playing it. It's not the same as like regular combo decks. I always have a different way to kill them. Before the game, I'm like, I'm not gonna kill you with Kikijiki this time. I'm gonna kill you with playing current, or I'm gonna take infinite turns, or I'm just gonna go with my creatures all in battle. I like it a lot. Changes that I'll be doing to it, mainly foiling it out and making a Japanese foil. That's the next thing I want to do to it. I didn't see any Dark Ascension cards that I wanted for the deck. So yeah, I'm not putting any of those. Maybe I'll find like something, but so far I haven't seen anything I really like. So yeah, guys, that's it for the video, and leave your comments below.